Logan, 21-00793.
Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Logan, who appears via Zoom. Mr. Logan, can you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Prince Robert Logan.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
morning. Good morning,
Hi.
sir.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great now.
Good. I'm glad that you are. I'm glad that you proved to me that you're not that person. And I'm really, really happy to see that. You really did your probation, and
Yes,
walked it down. And is there anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I haven't unfortunately been able to know this client throughout throughout his proceedings. I was able to take a look at the review notes yesterday, and it sounds like he has come miles and been able to prove to this court that he can be successful, and I'm really happy for him. Certainly, I don't know if he'd like to say something, but certainly, we love to see, obviously, when this happens. It doesn't happen as often as we'd like. So I just congratulations.
Thank you.
thank you.
Ms. McDuffie, anything from you?
Your Honor, this case also precedes my presence in his courtroom, and I can see, actually, just looking at the file, that it looks like Mr. Logan was convicted rather than taking a plea. And a lot of times those are the cases where defendants are the most resistant, feeling like they still got, some type of raw deal, and that they maintain their innocence throughout the probation period. I really appreciate the fact that Mr. Logan, everything that I've seen since I've been here have been positive reports. He's done everything that was asked of him. He actually engaged, it looks like, with this programming, and I think took something from it. So I really appreciate that, even though he did not necessarily initially volunteer a plea in this case, that he took it seriously, and today is his day of discharge. I am grateful to him. I hope that he's an example for others who may be watching or present, that owning your actions and taking responsibility can only make you a better person, and have a better result for you and everybody else who come in contact with. So thank you, Mr. Logan, for your work on yourself and for this case.
Thank you.
Mr. Logan has always been nothing but respectful, and even throughout the trial, that's who he was. And this situation was difficult for the court in terms of making a finding. But Mr. Logan, as you just indicated, accepted the court's finding, and was compliant from day one. Even at the time of the finding, his response was nothing but respectful. And I'm hopeful that at some point in time, we can figure out a way to have this be something that's not on his record, so that he can move on with his life and put this behind him. The situation itself seemed like a very unusual circumstance, and I am certain that he'll never put himself in that position again. So, Mr. Logan, normally people just get discharged without having anyone say anything to them, but I almost had Miss Johnson just go ahead and discharge you without you having to appear. But I wanted to have the opportunity to tell you how much we appreciate how respectful and how well you did while on your probation, and that I think we all wish you nothing but the best, and that you get a chance to have a clean slate at some point in time, and hopefully here soon, that this won't be on your record, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to say?
Other than Daryl Bryce, the like the mentor of the classes and everything, awesome guy. He just honestly explained things in all different angles, and I honestly took a ton from all of that, even without all of this case and everything. I to reach out often. So overall, I'm not thankful for how everything ended. I'm thankful for the journey of how everything ended. So, yeah,
Okay.
thank you, ma'am.
Very well said, sir.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself,
Yes, ma'am.
and I'm sorry we won't see you in this venue again, but take care of yourself. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank
Same.
you.
Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Defendant is discharged with improvement. This is Patrick Davis, 21-00400.
Personally, Deputy for the People.
And all right. Sorry. This is me, I imagine. Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Davis, who appears via Zoom. Mr. Davis, can you please state your name? Mr. Davis Jr., can you please state your name for the record?
Patrick Davis Jr.
Thank
Good
you.
morning, Mr. Patrick Davis.
Oh, here we go. Got it. Your Honor, it's my understanding that we are here today for a pre-trial. Mr. Lebo has been able to talk to Mr. Davis Jr., and we are asking for, it looks like we're requesting an adjournment to receive and review some records. Mr. Lebo has advised that we need to also have further discussion, and we need to be able to get those records over to the prosecutor for review with regard to why and how the situation may have occurred.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor, but I do want to address bond before we conclude this one.
All right, go ahead.
So the community corrections report that we have is labeled as a progress report, but I guess without a medical necessity letter, Mr. Davis should not be testing positive for THC, given that this case involved a crash and I guess some apparent psychotic type behavior and THC involved in this incident as well. So I just wanted to follow up on that and see what his status is.
There is a progress report dated November 1st, 2023, which indicates that he's tested positive for THC on October the 5th, October the 11th, and October the 24th. Defendant was arraigned on October the 4th. At that time, he was told that he could not have any alcohol or drug usage, and he seems to be still testing positive.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I'm his mother. I'm his guardian. When they had put that order in, prior to that, he did smoke some marijuana. But after that, he hadn't smoked any because he had been with me. And I had explained that to Miss Keller. So she said it must have been still been in his system because he literally been with me and my mother. So,
Ma'am, do you have a legal?
I have legal guardianship. I submitted my paperwork to Mr. Lebo and Miss Shantae, the prosecutor. I was trying to get in contact with her, but I had emailed both of them my paperwork. Miss Shantae never reached back out to me. I also submitted the paperwork, his discharge paperwork, because the day that incident happened.
Okay, Miss Davis Jr., just be careful here. We don't want to get into the facts of the case at this time. That's part of why we're asking for an adjournment, so that Miss McDuffie and I can review that stuff with Mr. Lebo, okay?
Okay.
And ma'am, although he has a guardianship, you can't just speak on his behalf. That's for his attorney to do, so you need to communicate that through his counsel.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I will grant the adjournment, and my concern, just so that you both know, is that on October the 20th, he tested negative and then began to retest positive again for THC. So that should not be happening.
I'm explaining that I have real bad depression and anxiety, so that's why I didn't smoke no weed and I didn't have edible. It was in a tea. It was into a tea.
Well, you can't have it in anything, sir.
Okay. and
Mr. Davis,
and my anxiety flared up and my depression kicked in, and I just use that for my anxiety and depression. I don't use it for recreational use or anything else. It's just for my anxiety and depression.
Sir, unless you have a card, you can't use it. So if you use it again and you're not supposed to, your bond can be revoked. Do you understand?
Yes,
You know what bond revoked means?
yes, and it's still it's.
Mr.
sorry
Davis
about
Jr.,
that.
just if you need to smoke, you need to get a card. You need to get letters to us providing that that's what you need it for. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So as to your request for adjournment, is November 28th enough time for you to do what you need? The next date after that is not until December 12th.
I think the 11/28 date should be fine, Your Honor. It sounds like we do have some of that, a lot of that medical paperwork to provide to Ms. McDuffie. So I think that should be sufficient. Thank you.
November 28th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Bond is continued.